Many people, when they think of a protection dog, they see the big bite, they see the power, they see the intensity, but they don't see the thousands of hours of quiet work that came before. They miss the real secret. The secret is not in the bite, it is in the control of the bite. A protection dog is not a weapon you just turn on, it is a highly trained partner. It listens, it understands, it respects its leader. Without that foundation of control and precision, you don't have a protection dog, you have a liability, you have a danger to yourself, your family, your community. This is not about aggression, it is about calm, confident control. The most important rule in my world is this: exercise, discipline, affection, in that order. For a protection dog, discipline is everything. Discipline is not punishment, it's teaching the rules of the house. Obedience is the language we use to speak to our dogs. It is how we build a clear, two-way conversation. It's not about making a dog a robot, it's about giving them a job and showing them how to do it. Sit, stay, down, come. They are the building blocks of control. When you ask your dog to sit, you are asking for calm, focused energy. When you ask for a stay, you are teaching them patience and trust. Every single command is an opportunity to reinforce your role as the pack leader. The dog learns to look to you for guidance instead of making its own decisions. This is critical when the energy gets high. Let's talk about the sit and down commands. These are not just about the dog's body position, they are about their state of mind. A sit is a thinking position. It's a moment of pause. A down is a position of surrender. A down is complete calm. When a dog is in a down stay, it is telling the world, my leader has this under control. I can relax. We must practice these commands everywhere. Impulse control is the dog's off switch. It's the silent conversation between you and your dog that says, wait for my permission. A dog with poor impulse control acts first and thinks later. It lunges for food, bolts through open doors, reacts to every little thing in the environment. For a protection dog, this is incredibly dangerous. A protection dog must have a very, very strong off switch. It needs to stay calm and neutral, even when the energy around it is high. It must learn to ignore distractions and wait for your command. This is not something dogs are born with. It is something we must patiently and consistently teach every single day. One of the best ways to start is with food. It's a simple exercise. Hold a piece of kibble in your closed fist. Let the dog sniff. Let the dog lick. Let the dog paw at it. Don't say anything. Just wait. The moment the dog pulls its nose away, even for a second, open your hand and give it the food. You're teaching that ignoring the food gets them the food. It sounds backward, but polite, calm behavior earns the reward. Advance to placing food on the floor. Use a leave it command. In the world of professional dog training, we don't just give treats. We provide a paycheck for a job well done. This is a very important shift in mindset for the handler. A reward is not a bribe to get the dog to do something. It is payment delivered after the dog has performed the correct behavior with the right state of mind. The dog is working for you, and like any good employee, they need to understand how they earn their pay. This makes the reward more valuable, and the dog more motivated to work. The paycheck can be food, it can be a favorite toy, or it can be praise and affection. The key is to know what your dog values most. The timing of the reward is critical. You must mark and reward the exact moment the dog does the right thing. If you are a second too late, you might be rewarding the dog for breaking a command or losing focus. This is why many professional trainers use a marker like a clicker or a word like yes. The marker acts like a camera shutter, capturing the precise moment of correct behavior. The sequence is, dog performs the behavior, you mark it with yes, and then you deliver the reward. This clear communication helps the dog understand exactly what it is being paid for, which speeds up learning and builds incredible precision and confidence. We also need to think about the value of the paycheck. So here's the thing. Precision in dog training doesn't really come from those long, exhausting sessions once a week. Instead, it comes from these short, focused, daily rituals. Consistency, honestly, is the mother of all skill. Everyday training should be as normal as eating, sleeping. I recommend at least 2 short sessions every day, 10 to 15 minutes each. Much more effective than 1 long hour on Saturday. The dog's brain stays fresh. They don't get bored or frustrated. The learning really sticks. These rituals build muscle memory for both of you, making communication faster, clearer, and way more reliable, especially under pressure. Start the morning before breakfast. Great time for impulse control. Ask for a solid sit stay, ask for a down stay. Prepare the food bowl. Place it, but no eating until release. 5 minutes like this sets you as the leader who controls resources. It sets a calm, respectful tone for the day. After they eat, do a short obedience session. Practice. In dog training, mistakes will happen, it's just part of the process, honestly. A mistake is not a failure, it is communication. Your dog is telling you that it doesn't understand that the distraction is too big, that your energy is not quite right. Our job as a pack leader is not to get angry or frustrated, our job is to listen to what the mistake is telling us and adjust our technique. One common mistake is blaming the dog. Almost always the mistake starts at our end of the leash. Maybe we were unclear, our timing was off, we asked for too much too soon. A calm leader sees a mistake as an opportunity to teach, not to punish. A very common problem is the dog breaking. A stay handler puts the dog in a sit, says stay, and walks away. The dog gets up and follows. Instinct is to yell no from across the room. But this is wrong, vertical bar, you have lost control. Correct way, stay calm, walk back to the dog without emotion. Put them back in the exact same spot. Repeat the command clearly and firmly. If obedience is the language, timing, consistency and energy are the grammar and the tone of voice. You can say all the right words, but if you say them in the wrong way or at the wrong time, the message will be lost. Timing is everything. It is the difference between the dog understanding what you want and being completely confused. As we talked about with rewards, you must mark and reward the instant the correct behavior happens. It's the same with corrections. A correction must be applied the moment the unwanted behavior begins, not seconds later. A late correction only confuses the dog as it won't connect the correction to its action. Consistency is the promise you make to your dog. It is the promise that the rules of yesterday are the same as the rules of today and will be the same tomorrow. If you let your dog jump on people one day but scold them for it the next, you are creating an anxious and unpredictable world for them. Sit always means sit. Everything we have talked about, the obedience, the impulse control, the daily rituals, the rhythm of communication is the bridge. It is the long, strong, carefully built bridge that must be crossed before you can even think about safe and effective bite work. You cannot skip a single step, you cannot take a shortcut. If there are any cracks in this foundation, they will break under the pressure and intensity of protection training. The bite is the ultimate test. It is the final exam. You wouldn't take a final exam without studying, right? The study is the foundation. This journey is a marathon, not a sprint. I built this community, our pack. We support each other on this path. For my channel supporters, I offer so much more. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. Give this video a thumbs up and remember to always project calm, confident energy.